is an exchange of ideas between startups and innovators and investors from across the world. As startups grow and mature, there will be several challenges. Today, there's a challenge of finance. Tomorrow, there will be a challenge of corporate governance, which will be very critical because when young people drive startups with passion and energy, they forget about corporate governance, but that's a key. And the third is an issue of how do we learn from each other? How do we experience and benefit from the experiences of Silicon Valley, of China, of Europe, all these countries of different models which have existed across the world. There's a big tech model of the USA, there's a GDPR model of the Europe, in India we've created platforms, public platforms on which we've allowed private sector to innovate and constantly disrupt. And India is the only country where PhonePe competes with Google Pay, where Paytm competes with WhatsApp in the marketplace. Each one of them is competing in the marketplace. So on payment today, you have over about 45 different apps on which you can make your payments. So that is the structure that the digital public platform has been built across areas where we've allowed private sector to do more and more of innovation. So there are huge learnings from across the world. But the key challenge is that the startups are today solving problems of education, of health, of agriculture productivity. And as we solve these problems of 1.4 billion people of India, we are not solving problems for India alone, but the startups are finding solutions for many of the challenges of the world. They're finding solutions for the next 4 to 5 billion people who are moving from poverty to middle class in the next decade or so. And that is why the story of social transformation, the story of growth, the story of transformation of the world in completely new areas of artificial intelligence, machine learning, web, cloudification, digitization, space technology, electric battery, mobility, storage, all these areas require huge rounds of disruption, and they will all come from you, and the lessons of all this must get into principles of startup, which must find a way into the main message of the leaders of the world. When the leaders of the world meet in India on 9th and 10th of September, they must be fueled by the dreams and visions of the startup group which is meeting here today. What you decide today, and I think to my mind this is the most important group, what you decide with your passion and energy must shape the world of tomorrow through the vision of the leaders of G20 on September 9th and 10th when they meet in India. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, sir. We have been blessed with many leaders of our nation who really wanted to speak to all of you, which of course speaks to the importance of the work that you do and all the excitement that's around it. We will now hear from our leaders who represent the people of India. First, we will hear from Mr. Som Prakash, Minister of State for Commerce and Industry. Welcome, sir.
Shri G. Krishan Reddy, Honorable Minister of Tourism and Culture, Shri Amitabh Kanti, G20 Sherpa, Shri Parmeshwaran Ji, Iyer Ji, CEO Niti Yog, delegates from different states, friends on the dais, and my friends from media. Good morning, namaskar. My greetings and welcome to all the participants of this Startup 20 Inception meeting. It's my pleasure to be here today with all of you at the Inception meeting of Startup 20 and engagement group under G20. The G20, as you all know, is one of the most important economic forums in the world today. And this year, in 2023, India has the presidency of the G20, and in the words of Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, we will make sure this presidency is inclusive, ambitious, decisive, and action-oriented. Startups have emerged as key driving economic growth and job creation, and often catalysts for radical innovation. In today's rapidly changing global environment, startups can quickly add to new market conditions. This has led to the evolution of global startup ecosystem where entrepreneurs all over the world can access funding, resources, and support to turn their ideas into successful businesses. The recent geopolitical transformations, learnings from pandemic and economic headwinds are the opportunity for businesses, especially the startups. During the COVID-19 pandemic crisis, startups have continued to play a critical role for economies. Large number of innovative firms have reacted fast and flexible to the pandemic and have been critical in helping many countries shift toward fully digital work education. The startup ecosystem is becoming increasingly globalized with the advent of technology. It is easier than ever for startups to reach customers around the world. This has led to the emergence of global startups which have disrupted traditional industries and have become household names in the countries around the world. India formally started its journey of startups with the introduction by the Shri Narendra Modi ji, Prime Minister of India, 2016. Today, we have more than 88,000 recognized startups with about 80 entries getting recognized in startups every day. India has the third largest startup ecosystem in the world. We can at least one recognized startup in every single state and union territory of the country. It is spread in Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities. It is spread across more than 66 districts, which is 80% districts of the country. Also around 47% of the recognized startups have at least one woman director. Our startups also play an important role in job creation and have reported to have created more than 90 lakh direct jobs. The spread and impact of startups across the country has been immense. Our Honorable Prime Minister said that golden era for startups in India has begun. He further said that startups should expand beyond the nation's boundaries and think global, which become the foundation for us to be thinking upon introduction a startup ecosystem focused engagement group under India's G20 presidency. India has completed 75 years of independence in 2022, and just 25 years when India will celebrate 100 years of independence in 2047 are the Amrit Kaal of an auspicious period where we are will strive towards achieving a rapid but inclusive, sustainable economic growth by creating millions of jobs, improving our quality of living by introduction innovations to number of everyday things we do, creating wealth for our economies. Our startup ecosystem has shown to the world its potential to be a major economic driver. Therefore, there cannot be a better time and a better forum to deliberate on collaborative measures for expansion of the startup ecosystem worldwide. I call upon you all to collaborate on this unique platform and create pathways, facilitate mechanism, and debate on key topics to orchestrate golden age of startups. I wish you all the best for the Inception meeting and for the success of Startup 20. Thank you very much. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. We will next hear from Sri G. Kishan Reddy ji. He is the Minister of Tourism, Culture and Development of the Northeastern region. I just want to underscore that the Northeastern region is where our next meeting in March is also going to be. Welcome to you, sir.
Sri Dr. Chintan Vaishnavi, Chairman of G20 Startup 20. My colleague in the Government of India Ministry, Sri Som Prakash ji, and G20 Sherpa, our dynamic Sri Amitabh Kant ji, and Secretary Anurag Jain ji, CEO Niti Aayog Sri Parmeshwaran A.N. ji, Government of Telangana Principal Secretary Sri J.S. Ranjan ji, JS DP IIT Shruti Singh ji, and all the other dignitaries and the dais, esteemed delegates from the G20 nations, respected special invitees from the observer countries, representatives from various multilateral organizations, members of the global and Indian startup ecosystem, officers of the different ministries, Government of India and Government of Telangana, media friends, all the brothers and sisters. Just now, Mr. Anil Jain ji is spoken on opening remarks that the spirit of Atithi Devo Bhava, an ancient Indian saying from our millennia old text that exalts one of the treat the guest as a divine. I would like to welcome you all to Hyderabad. Hyderabad is my birthplace, and also I am elected representative from this great city to my Indian Parliament. It is an honor to be here, you all at the Inception meeting of the G20 Startup Engagement Group. India is proud to host the G20 that will be seen. Friends, since ancient times, we share our ideas and knowledge systems freely to the world. Even today, across the world's many cultural and geographical divides, India's influences in the fields of mathematics, science, engineering, all documented and acknowledged globally. Therefore, the theme of G20 chosen for the India's presidency, that is One Earth, One Family, One Future. It is inspired from our ancient philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbam, the world is one family. True to its theme, this G20 under India's presidency aims to set the course for acting responsibility, aiming for joint cooperation, achieving the sharing our successes. Friends, India is the ideal location for today's startup engagement group meeting. Today, India has a third highest number of unicorns, third highest number of the startups. Matter of the time before, India leads to this list. Through these startups, our youth want to become a job creators instead of being a job holders. Indian startups are innovating with the groundbreaking, with the new ideas, investing their time and energies in transforming the future, discovering new products and experiences. The success of Indian startups symbolizes the passion of our youth and our entrepreneurship. Progress made by India as a nation in the last 75 years and the priority of the government in encouraging and handholding startups with our large talent pool and our democratic dividend. India is an ideal investment location. Friends, in the last few years, we have witnessed several disturbances, including a once-in-a-century COVID-19 president's pandemic, a conflict that leading to political and economical turbulence. Countries in the neighborhood are facing turmoil and financial stress. However, India has been in a oasis of calm in the ocean of churn. India has been able to provide a predictable and stable regulatory environment, low political business risk. Our Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi ji leadership, we are moving forward in all sectors. As a result, foreign direct investments into India have increased 20-fold in last 20 years. The government has also ensured startup policies that will create an enabling environment. The government's Funds for Startups scheme was established in India. This has approximately $1 billion of investments in India. The government Startup India Seed and Scheme Startups has approved $60 million or 455 crores for 126 incubators. As a result of the efforts of India, individual improved 41 places in a short plan of time in 7 years, Global Innovation Index. Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji vision for an aspirational India is truly inspirational. As we celebrate 75 years of India independence celebrations through Azad Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we are laying the foundation for India 2047 when coming 25 years, India celebrates our 100 years of independence. We believe startups will drive India's GDP growth in the next 20 years. India has a potential to emerge as the third largest economy, and innovation will be one of our levers. Startup will play a key role in leveraging the 4 Ds that India is offering: a vibrant democracy, development for all with a Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, or Sabka Prayas. This is our Prime Minister mantra. Third one, digital public infrastructure such as a Atmanirbhar and Aadhaar, UPI, that we build at a population scale. Other one is decarbonization, opportunities in green hydrogen and renewable energy. India is poised to become a fintech destination hub. India innovation, especially in edutech, clean tech and agri-tech, will have a profound impact on global markets, lead to larger demand and utilization in domestic markets. Friends, as a Minister of Tourism and Culture, I invite you to explore these great destinations during your stay. After this 2 days conference, I request all the delegates to visit different destinations in India with the 40 plus UNESCO World Heritage Sites in India. Is a home of rich living cultural heritage that is many millennia old and includes monuments, temples, palaces, ports, unique wildlife, blue flag beaches, rich riverine and lake ecosystems, spiritual heritage, festivals, classical and folk dances, musical traditions, various art craft forms that includes textile and handlooms, handicrafts, languages and literary traditions in India. Friends, I would also invite startups to help textile and handloom, innovative handicrafts, languages and new ideas in preserving our rich cultural heritage, using new technologies such as artificial intelligence, virtual reality and augmented reality in providing a holistic experience to tourists. I wish you all a warm present stay in India, and I am confident that you will enjoy your stay and return over again with family and friends. Thank you very much once again. I invite the India and Hyderabad for this prestigious G20 startup meetings. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I wanted to underscore one more interesting fact here. Sir is the Minister of Tourism, Culture, and in the Indian context, I mentioned earlier several parts of the governments that are pushing our ecosystem forward. And in some ways, our collective, the phrase that captures our collective work is the promotion, it's in the promotion and nurturing of the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship, because it's very clear that unless there is a culture created, the outcomes that one is hoping for will not be there. This meeting is coming closer to an end, but it would be incomplete without listening from our Minister for Commerce and Industry, Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution and Textile, Shri Piyush Goyal. Mr. Goyal has really been extremely active in connecting with every part of the ecosystem and has played a pivotal role in creating programs that ushers innovation into various industry sectors of our nation. He will be speaking to us via video. Can we have his video, please?
Good morning. My colleague ministers from the Union Council of Ministers, Shri Amitabh Khan, the G20 Sherpa, CEO Niti Aayog, the Chair of G20, Dr. Vaishnav, all the distinguished participants of this very important Startup 20 Inception meeting, friends in the media, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very warm welcome to all of you to incredible India, to the beautiful city of Hyderabad. As the host nation, India is proud to highlight the progress and potential of the global startup ecosystem. The Startup 20 Group has been established under our presidency for the very first time as part of our special focus on innovation. India has now entered the Amrit Kaal. For 25 years till we celebrate our centenary in 2047. During this period, we believe innovation will be the strongest pillar to help us make India a developed nation, a prosperous nation. In the next 25 years, as Prime Minister Modi has envisioned, we believe the country will be growing from strength to strength. We'll be expanding the frontiers of knowledge of our young minds, and innovation will become the catalytic force for the economy and for social and public good. Innovation in today's world goes beyond economic activities. I think environment, sustainability, and inclusive growth are increasingly becoming more and more relevant. Innovation certainly implies novelty, but it is also rooted in tradition for us in India. Ancient scientific knowledge our Vedas, our traditional medicine are a testament to the innovative spirit that has existed in India since science immemorial. This is our startup journey way back in 2016 when the Startup India initiative was launched by Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. Since then, it has been a 7-year journey helping foster entrepreneurship and promoting newer and newer ideas, helping this ecosystem grow so that our startups in different areas, be it energy, be it financial inclusion, where fintech played a very important role, be it our fight against the pandemic during COVID-19, where remote healthcare and food delivery became very important, be it our effort on education, where online learning is today becoming very natural, be it our work in agri-tech, all of these put together have helped us face many challenges. Today, while the world is facing a multitude of difficulties, from climate change to poverty to inequality, I strongly believe that innovation will help us solve these problems, will help us work together to find solutions through the creativity and ingenuity of our entrepreneurs, taking on these challenges head on. In India, we have used digital public goods like Coverage, like the United Payment Interface, UPI, ONDC, which is going to help us democratize e-commerce. All of these, for us, are means to tackle the problems and help inclusive flow. With over 500 million internet users in India today, we are one of the fastest growing markets for the digital world. We have huge participation from tier 2 and 3 cities who are swiftly embracing digital technologies, pushing us in remoter parts of India succeed with new ideas. I am confident going forward that India will provide a way to really take newer and newer initiatives to the common man so that our India side, which we have offered, can going forward become a global side and transform the way people use technology, will help transform economies from just using their base as an outsourced software and support service base to becoming a technology and innovation hub, particularly for the developing nations. Ladies and gentlemen, India is focused on innovation and in ease of doing business, which has helped us climb 41 ranks in the Global Innovation Index from 81 to 40th rank in just 7 years. We are nurturing the innovation spirit right from the school level through our Atal Innovation Mission. We have created tinkering labs as a workplace where our young minds can give shape to their ideas, to the can-do attitude that they develop ideas. We have very active programs to support startups with many other nations around the world, like the US, Australia, UK. We are working together to explore big tech startups and their growth to contribute to the circular economy and address needs of energy, healthcare, water, agriculture, education, financial inclusion, and the like. Today, individual nations alone will not be able to change the world. If we want to address global challenges, it will have to be the collective responsibility of all nations, and therefore this proposal to encourage a global effort to help incubate the startup ecosystem in other parts of the world, making them more inclusive, supportive, and sustainable. I am confident that the G20 will promote universal sense of oneness as per our theme, one earth, one family, one future. We need to create a network of such startups, and for that, we need mentors, investors, entrepreneurs who can support and inspire one another, who can work as a team, facilitate exchange of ideas, best practices, and funding mechanisms to promote collaborations and encourage research and development. Friends, I was trying to look up what could explain what the startup ecosystem and what Startup 20 is going to reflect. And I thought we could use the word sense. S for share, E for explore, N for nurture, S for serve, and E for empower. And that is the sense I get when I see the enthusiasm in the room all around us. I get the sense of the changing mindset. I get the sense of urgency that we all have. I get the sense that Startup 20 is going to become a very powerful tool, a very powerful body which will change the way the world recognizes and respects startups. As the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi had said, and I quote, a small group of determined and like-minded people can change the course of history. I am confident that the discussion over the next 2 days will lay the foundation for a strong action agenda for the G20 leaders to deliberate and start a global startup revolution. Thank you very much for participation, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope the 2-day deliberations will be very, very fruitful, engaging, outcome-oriented, and come up with new ideas which will help us truly make a difference to the future of startups across the world. Thank you very much. Namaste. All the very best.
You can understand why our young entrepreneurs love him. As we bring this session to a close, I'd like to invite my colleague, Joint Secretary Ms. Shruti Singh, for her closing remarks. But as she comes up, I want to tell you 2 things. Well, the first is that it was, of course, obligatory for us to give you the India backdrop and the collective consciousness of India as it stands when it comes to the startup ecosystem or the collective sense of India as it stands. And you've heard from all of our various levels of our governments and the other private sector leaders who are also on the dais you will hear from after the tea break. I also want to note note one more pivot that you will experience as we come back from the tea break. These sessions will get far more generative, bi-directional, and by the time we end tomorrow, they will get really, really noisy with all of you pitching in your ideas. So that's the plan ahead. With that, let me invite Shruti.
Thank you, Chintan. A very good morning to all my colleagues and all the friends who've traveled from across the world for participating in this Inception meeting. I think your very presence here, it shows your commitment towards fostering a startup ecosystem which is inclusive, which is interconnected, and which is truly empowered. I think globally a lot of work has already been done by a lot of governments in various geographies to support innovation, to promote entrepreneurship. There's a lot of investment that has gone in, a lot of efforts have gone in. In India, we follow an whole of government approach. So all the departments, all the ministries, they come together, work together to achieve common objectives. I think it's high time now that we follow a whole of world approach to work together towards achieving common goals. And one such important goal today is to promote innovation and to support our young startups. The creation of this Startup 20 engagement group, was envisaged keeping in mind that we must encourage the youth around the world to be able to innovate, not just for their own country folks, but for the entire world. The Startup 20 engagement group is a very promising start for this cooperation and for mutual understanding on global startup ecosystems in both policy making and also action-oriented efforts. This group will open new frontiers of collaboration and it will deepen the role of the startup community in global policy making regime. I would take this opportunity to thank our Honorable Minister of Commerce and Industry, Shri Piyush Goyal ji, for leading the team in realizing the vision of the Honorable Prime Minister and for seeding the very idea of forming the Startup 20 engagement group. I would also like to thank our Honorable Minister of Tourism, Culture and Development of Northeastern Region, Shri G. Kishan Reddy ji, and the Honorable Minister of State for Commerce and Industry, Shri Som Prakash ji, for the gracious presence today and for sharing their thoughts and provoking very important messages for the group here today. My gratitude to the G20 Sherpa, Shamita Kanji, for his constant support and encouragement in institutionalizing this SAT 20 engagement group. I would also like to thank CEO Niti Aayog, Shri Parmeshwaram Iyer for his address and for enlightening us about the work done by the government to foster the startup ecosystem in India. As you are all aware, Startup 20 is a new engagement group which has been initiated this very year under India's G20 presidency. I must share that it was a whole team that was working very dedicatedly towards the creation of this group and to lay out the broad objectives of this Startup 20. And for this, I would want to thank our Secretary, DPIIT, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Anurag Jain sir, for all his efforts and for his support for the creation of this group. I'm sure that Dr. Chintan Vaishnav, the chair of Startup 20, will weave the sessions in a very engaging manner, and my best wishes to him and all the teams who will be supporting him for taking this further. All of this would not have been possible without the undeterred support of my colleagues at MEA, who ensured seamless multi-stakeholder discussions and coordination. I would also like to thank the state government of Telangana, particularly Shri Jayesh Ranjan sir and his team, for hosting and curating a number of immersive experiences that you'll all go through over the next few days. Today, with this Inception meeting, we are indeed creating history and legacy. It is a matter of great privilege and pride for us for laying the foundation for collaboration at this unprecedented scale. Thank you all very much for your presence here and for your commitment to the Startup 20 engagement group. We look forward to a great journey together and my best wishes for the Inception meeting. Thank you.
For the leaders on the dais, we'll take a group photo. So please say that, please. We'll take a 20-minute break and see you soon.
The meeting